Long before a single T-Rex walked the Earth, a completely different cast of monsters claimed the planet. 300 million years ago, Earth's landmasses fused into one supercontinent, Pangaea. It was a world of endless alien swamp forests, unlike anything we know today. This chart compares atmospheric composition across eras. While modern air is 21% oxygen, the Permian atmosphere was supercharged at over 30%. High oxygen levels acted like a biological accelerator. Life forms absorbed this surplus to push past modern physical limits, growing to sizes that would be impossible in today's air. Insects lack lungs. They absorb oxygen directly through specialized pores in their skin. Their physical dimensions are capped by how much oxygen is available in the local atmosphere. In that oxygen-heavy air, the Meganeura thrived. This predatory dragonfly grew a wingspan over 2 feet, allowing it to hunt smaller vertebrates from the sky. On the forest floor, the arthropods grew into a massive scavenger. This auroid millipede reached lengths of 8 feet, winding through the roots of the swamp forests. Within this specific environment, bugs dominated the prehistoric underbrush as the reigning titans of the landscape. Eventually, larger vertebrates took over. These were the synapsids, early mammal-like reptiles that stood as the direct ancestors of every mammal living today. The most efficient killer among them was the Dimetrodon. Roaming the Earth tens of millions of years before the first dinosaur, this 225-kilogram hunter had no natural rivals. Its fossilized remains show a massive neural sail along the spine. Scientists believe it used this structure to regulate body temperature and jumpstart its metabolism. It utilized a mix of flat and razor-sharp teeth to slice through prey and crush bone, making it the most versatile terrestrial killer of the Permian. These predators were the masters of a stable global ecosystem until the planet's geology underwent a violent shift. Around 252 million years ago, the era of giants came to a sudden, catastrophic halt as Earth's crust began to fracture. The trigger point was a massive region of volcanic activity known as the Siberian Traps. Today, these are rugged plateaus, but in the late Permian, they were the center of a global disaster. Massive fissures tore through the supercontinent. Relentless eruptions poured lava across millions of square miles, incinerating everything in their path for thousands of years. The true threat wasn't the lava, but the invisible gases trapped within the magma. As it reached the surface, it released massive quantities of toxic chemicals that began to strip the atmosphere of its oxygen. Carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide flooded the sky, trapping heat and creating a runaway greenhouse effect that spiked global temperatures. Sulfur dioxide turned weather systems toxic. Corrosive acid rain fell across Pangaea, poisoning the soil and killing the giant forests that provided the planet's oxygen. This chart shows the relationship between heat and ocean health. As global temperatures spiked, the oceans lost their dissolved oxygen in a process called hypoxia, turning the seas into dead zones. With the marine ecosystems and land-based forests failing simultaneously, the entire foundation of the global food chain was severed. The toxic greenhouse atmosphere effectively suffocated the reigning champions of the Permian, bringing an end to the age of giants. This collapse is known as the Permian mass extinction, historically referred to as the Great Dying. The statistics are staggering. This data visualization shows the loss of over 95% of all marine species and 70% of all life on land. Researchers uncover the scale of this loss in the fossil record. These layers are packed with the remains of entire species that vanished simultaneously. The Great Dying functioned as a total clearing of the planetary board, leaving nearly every ecological niche on Earth completely empty. In the wake of the heat and toxic ash, only a few specialized survivors remained, mostly small scavengers that could hide underground. Among them was the cynodont. This small, rat-like survivor endured the extinction by burrowing beneath the surface and requiring very little food to sustain itself. This skeleton shows how small the cynodont was compared to the Permian giants. Its unassuming size was its greatest advantage during the global food shortage. Because the apex predators had been wiped out, the cynodont and early reptiles like the archosaurs were able to evolve and diversify without competition. The age of the dinosaurs began with a vacant landscape. Their evolutionary success was built on the wreckage of the Permian, demonstrating how a total ecological reset creates the space for a new global order.